Hello everyone, hope you all are doing great. Two festivals are coming up, Happy Holi and Happy Easter if you celebrate any of these. But this year everything is different. It's important to thank our frontline workers, our healthcare workers, pray for everyone, stay united and support each other. Stay healthy, stay safe and stay positive. Stay home if you can. Today I have one update and one warning, or rather some advice for you if you're planning to immigrate, visit, study or work in Canada. Thank you all for your time and support. Thanks for watching our videos. Please like and subscribe to our channel for more updates and information about Canadian immigration. According to the proposal published in the Canada Gazette on Friday, March 27, 2021, the government has proposed to redefine health services and social services. Under the current policy, foreign nationals who want to come to Canada on a temporary or permanent basis, unless they are exempted, they may be found inadmissible to Canada if they have a health condition that might be expected to cause excessive demand on health or social services. Aim is to reduce impact associated with migration on health and social services systems in Canada. However, this creates a barrier to immigration for many individuals with health conditions and disabilities, even if these people might be able to make an economic and social contribution to Canada. This policy is not aligned with Canadian values on the inclusion of persons with disabilities. So the federal government plans to permanently change the current law's so-called medical inadmissibility rule that bars prospective permanent and temporary migrants who have a health condition with disabilities and illnesses from immigrating to Canada if they are expected to cause excessive demand on Canadian health or social services. Now let's talk about protecting yourself from fraud. March is Fraud Prevention Month, and ICCRC and IRCC both conduct many awareness campaigns throughout their website, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, etc. I'd like to read the statement issued by Honorable Marco Mendicino, Minister of Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship on March 2nd, 2020. Every year, millions of people apply to visit or immigrate to Canada to enjoy the many opportunities that our country has to offer. The vast majority of these applicants are genuine and wish to come to Canada in good faith. Unfortunately, there are some dishonest people who prey on these individuals, and the Government of Canada is committed to preventing applicants from becoming victims of fraud. It's important to remember that no one can promise your application will be given special treatment or guarantee that it will be approved. All applications are assessed fairly and on the same merit. Hiring a representative or consultant to complete your application is not a requirement. All necessary application documents can be found on the Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada website. Should you decide to hire a representative, always ensure that they are authorized to do business with the government. To prevent immigration fraud, we must all remain vigilant. Remember, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. So friends, please be cautious and save yourself from fraud. If you are aware of any unauthorized third party posing as our agent or partner in your city or country, then verify the person or the company with us directly. Please contact us directly by email or visit our website and send us the details. We are still developing our network of trusted partners in different countries. So contact us directly. Do not pay anyone who says they are associated with us. We only represent our clients under a written contract or a retainer agreement, and the payment of our fees should be done directly to our accounts in Canada. If someone is asking for a payment using our firm's name, please contact us, as we have not authorized anyone to receive any payment on our behalf. Also, we just put in our best effort to achieve the desired results for our clients, but we do not guarantee entry or any kind of visa for Canada. Telling someone that we can give 100% guarantee, saying, oh yes, just pay us, we can get your visa approved, it's illegal according to Canadian laws. If someone tells you they are working with or they are associated with a licensed agent, you must find out if they are really working with that RCIC or lawyer they are referring to. Call the regulated immigration consultant, find out if there is an agent that represents any RCIC or immigration firm. If they say they are linked with the immigration department, it's a scam, they are trying to cheat you. There may be many unauthorized and fraudulent people who will tell you visitor visa, work visa, family applications, any job, I'll just get any visa approved. I give 100% guarantee. Just pay us cash, we'll get it done. Very fast and quick processing. Then this is a warning sign. And it's unethical to provide false, unrealistic expectations regarding potential results or processing times. It may be confusing, challenging with complex system and constant changes in forms and immigration policies, laws and regulations. So you may decide to hire an immigration consultant to help you. But only some people are authorized to charge a fee to represent you on a Canadian immigration or citizenship application. These people are called authorized representatives. They are lawyers and paralegals who are members in good standing of a Canadian provincial or territorial law society, notaries who are members in good standing of the Chamber of Notaries of Quebec, or immigration consultants who are members in good standing of the Immigration Consultants of Canada Regulatory Council. Punishment for unlawful representation may result in imprisonment and a fine. Your application may be returned, refused. Immigration and citizenship representatives explain and give advice on your immigration options. They submit your application. They communicate with the Government of Canada on your behalf, and they represent you in an immigration or citizenship application or a hearing. There are two types of representatives: paid, they must be authorized, and unpaid, which may include friends, family members, or other third parties who cannot charge you a fee. You don't need to hire a representative, it's completely your choice. Using it will not draw special attention to your application, and it doesn't mean that your application will be approved. If you pay a representative or compensate them in any way in exchange for their services, it's considered as a paid service, and that representative must be authorized. Find out if they are authorized. This means they have a license to practice and give advice. You can check if a person is licensed to represent immigrants or give advice. Citizenship or immigration consultants must be a member of the Immigration Consultants of Canada Regulatory Council. If they are not members in good standing, you should not use their services. You can check online to see if a person is a member in good standing. Always check to make sure your immigration consultant is in good standing on ICCRC's online public register. If your immigration consultant has a status of revoked or suspended, then they are not currently authorized to represent you on your immigration case. Beware if you are not asked to sign a retainer agreement. Be mindful if you are asked to sign a retainer agreement with a company, an agent, or someone else instead of the licensed immigration consultant. Beware if you are not asked to sign a use of representative form, or if the person you are hired for the immigration services signs it declaring that they are a friend or family member when they are not. Do not sign blank forms or something containing false information. And if they are giving you guarantee on processing time regarding an immigration application, beware. There is no absolute processing timeline for any type of immigration application. You may be advised of a timeline range, for example 4 to 8 weeks, 8 to 12 weeks, but no visa office or visa officer will ever give you a guarantee. This is because complications and delays may come up at any time during the visa processing. No one can guarantee an application approval. The result of your application cannot be guaranteed. The decision for any immigration application is up to the visa officer. You will not know the outcome of your application until you receive a written decision from the visa officer. So make sure to get a written contract, read it carefully before you sign it. You are responsible for all the information in your application, even if your representative completes it for you. It's against the law to give false or misleading information in your application. If the person you are considering hiring for immigration services mentions that they know someone in the immigration department that they can help with the immigration application, it means they are trying to cheat you. The visa officer processing your application makes their own independent decisions based on the merit of your case, your supporting evidence, your application. No one can influence the outcome of any application. So don't be a victim of immigration fraud. Always be cautious. And if you're inside Canada and receive threats from someone who says they are from the immigration department, It's a scam. If someone posing as an immigration official threatens to arrest you, deport you, it's a scam. IRCC staff would never behave in this way. If you're told you will be arrested, you'll go to jail, you'll lose your visa or status, be deported, have your account suspended if you don't pay money or give your personal information. Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada will not contact you in person, online or over the phone to collect fees or fines to avoid deportation or any such consequences. Scammers can give fake name and agent number to appear legitimate. If you think the caller is a scammer, ask for the name and number of the agent. Call the call center to confirm the agent's identity. If you receive suspicious threats, call local police, report the incident to the Canadian Anti-Fraud Center. That's all for today. Hope you find this information useful. Thank you. Keep watching and subscribe to our channel.